Okay, I wanted to show you something that you've never seen before. The only thing that's close to this is my video, and it was incredibly popular. It still gets commented on a lot, but most people don't know what's going on. They'll make descriptions talking about eddy currents and lens laws, but one of the biggest mistakes of human stupidity, and basically in all branches of science, is this, and that is descriptions are not explanations. Okay? So what we have here is a compass. It's actually a precision compass, rather inexpensive. And of course we have a huge honking neodymium iron boron magnet here. It is just an enormous $1,000 beast. Here I have magnetic viewing film. Here you can see the dielectric inertial plane of the magnet. So what I'm going to do right now is the only way you'll be able to see this is using an enormous, expensive magnet like this. Is that you never will see it in a small one because you don't have enough surface area to see the fact that there's a huge zone difference between the centrifugal and the centripetal edge like this. So let me spin up the brass flywheel on this gyroscope and we'll take a look at something. Dremel tool. Now I'm going to place it right at the centripetal convergent center of this magnet. You could hear it spinning, revving up really high. I'm going to try to hold it really stationary, which of course I can't hold it perfectly stationary. Of course I could let go of it for a second too, but I don't want to do that. I want to show you something important. Now, what's happening is I have this flywheel positioned dead center, or mostly dead center, over the the centripetal convergent vortex. And you're able to see this vortex with a ferrule cell. Okay, I explain this in my book, Uncovering the Missing Secrets of Magnetism, which is free, by the way. I'm working on the 4th edition. It's currently in the 3rd edition. This sucker will spin and spin and spin and spin until you're so bored that you wouldn't want to watch this damn video anymore. Okay? Spin and spin. It just spin, 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 spin. So now, let's place it at the centrifugal divergent edge and watch what happens. Not touching it. Boom. Immediate braking. I think I accidentally did tap it right there at the very end. So,
the lift force and the sink force of the electromagnetic flux. There's an inversely proportional relationship between the two. The blue arrows represent the centripetal convergent lift force. It draws objects to the center, where the current is attracted to the moving convex surface of the celestial sphere. The lift force is stronger in the center and weaker at the edge. That is why planets have such an easy time staying aloft toward the center, because there's not that much sink force and plenty of lift force. If it weren't for the magnetic sun attracting the planets, they probably would crash into the celestial sphere. The lift force cohabitates with the centrifugal sink force, which has the inverse proportion effect. The sink force is the either push force we all experience on the Earth or in the Earth. As it moves, the divergent fluxes put the brakes on the Earth, preventing any rotation. Remember Wheeler's gyroscope on his huge neodymium iron-boron magnet? The centripetal lift force perpetuated the magnet in a viscous free flux near the center. Yet the centrifugal divergent sink force stopped the gyro on the edge. That's what's happening with the Earth. The sink force generates a depression to the west. That's why bullets sink to the west and rise to the east, because there's a greater clamping down effect for projectiles shot into the downstream of the sink force. This is also what causes eastward deflection of flying objects. They seek the least resistance, which will always be found eastward of the meridian. The sink force is so strong at the edge it holds the water at bay. The ether's sink force eliminates the Coriolis or the Atmos effect from being the cause of this phenomenon. Since you should know by now, we are not on a rotating planet. Now we can understand what causes gyroscopes to liberate themselves from the thick sink force happening at the edge. The rotation of the gyro is stripping off its sink force hold and aligning itself with a much weaker lift force at that level to allow it to rise. The vertical axis seeks to magnetically align itself with the central octahedron. That's why the airplane gyro stays pretty much vertical wherever it flies within the Earth.